Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to be creating this makeup look using the Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge range. So I have got the eyeshadow palette, I have got the blush gloss and I have got the lipsticks. That is all part of this collection. अभी क्योंकि सेल्स आ रही हैं नायका पे, सफोरा पे, हुडा ब्यूटी की वेबसाइट पे, आई थिंक दे आर रनिंग अ 70% ऑफ इस पे, so you can get everything for a fraction of price. So if you'd like to see how this palette perform and if you should spend that money, then keep on watching. तो सबसे पहले ब्लश से स्टार्ट करते हैं बिकॉज आई नीड टू सेट माई फेस. मैंने सारा बेस कर लिया बट आई हैव नॉट सेट माई फेस एंड आई एम जस्ट worried that at this point it might start moving and I can see a few creases already. So this is the Pretty Grunge blush gloss. Very cool packaging, बहुत sleek design है. And then this is how it looks like. This is one of those pH blushes जो आप अपने finger पे लो and according to your skin tone it will adjust to the pink color, like the perfect pink for you. I don't know how I feel about it, but let's just try. So I'm going to rub my finger. Oh, you see, this is changing color. So let's see how it looks on my cheeks. Right, can you see how the color is building up? So I think start a bit slow because you wouldn't know when, but it is moving the foundation unfortunately. I think at this point I'm pretty happy with how it's looking, but let's see इसका color build up कितना होता है. Although I could see कि जो foundation, because it's a gloss texture, तो जो foundation मेरे face पे थी और मेरे finger पे थी, it's coming back on the pan. So I don't know, I'll have to clean this, but it's a bit tacky but not too much, nothing that will worry you. But did it move the foundation? It absolutely did move the foundation. But anyway, now let me quickly go off camera and set my face. We will talk about the blush later. Let it deposit the color. एक बार मेरे को पूरी formulation समझ में आ जाए and then I can tell you more about it. Right, ignore how I'm looking. I'll just dust it off in a minute. उसके पहले let's just look at this beautiful palette. So this is the Pretty Grunge palette. It has got the thingy. So this is how the palette looks like. It मेरे को packaging really, it's very cool. It's like really fun. And now moving on to the actual palette. This is how it looks like. So it has got a lot of cool tones. बहुत ज़्यादा warm tones है नहीं. Everything is very cool tone, like purple undertone और very light brown shades जो मुझे लग रहा है इसको देखकर. And yeah, very sturdy box, classic Huda Beauty box. I can see कि सिर्फ 5 glitter shades हैं and then there is this weird creamy shade in the end that I don't really like using, but उसके अलावा सारे matte shades हैं. सारे shimmers के भी different shades हैं. So like this first is, oh my gosh, they're so dark. The shade Rebel here is very pigmented. It's like foil glitter. Then Maverick is again very buttery sort of glitter. Yeah, everything has different formulation. ये जो है haphazard, this looks like a dual chromatic shade. इसमें yeah, I can see different tone. Anyway, to judge the palette better, let's get our hands dirty, or in this case eyes. So I will start with this shade called Beauty Chaos, जो सबसे left corner में है. I'll just put it all over my lids. काफ़ी ज़्यादा फॉल आउट है if you can see it on the pan, but anyway I'm going to take this shade called Liberty and just go over. You can see pan पे बहुत ज़्यादा फॉल आउट है कलर्स का. I don't particularly like this क्योंकि I just don't like it. I take this shade called Nirvana and I will deepen my outer corners. I will also mix a bit of Hope. I don't think I really like the eyeshadow palette so far. एक तो बहुत ज़्यादा fallout and I feel the shades are very chalky and powdery. It's just not doing. Anyway, I will take this shade called Grunge and I'll try to do my liner with it because, and then we'll move on to the eyes. We'll see what we need to do. Eyeliner is done, but क्योंकि ये creamy shade, I think I'll have to take this shade called Renegade और मेरे को इसके ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा एक बार powder shade से, otherwise it will just move. So I don't see the point of having a creamy shade when you will have to top it up with a powder shade. Now I will take this shade called Rebel. Just take a little bit because it's really pigmented, and I'll put it in the center of my eyes. Now let's move on to the lower lash line. Lower lash line के लिए I will take this shade called Nirvana, I think, and let's see. I'm just going to first fluff it out. बहुत close रखूँगी waterline से. Now because क्योंकि मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा matte लग रहा है personally, I will use this shade called Maverick and मैं थोड़ा सा लोअर लैश लाइन में सेंटर में इसको बफ करने की कोशिश करूँगी. I think this is everything I wanted to do for the eyes. Let me quickly go off camera, put some highlighter and put some mascara, and then I'll be right back. Right, I think mascara has somehow just saved the look. I was really skeptical about how it was coming out and I need to go out, so I just wanted it to look a little better, but I think mascara ने look save कर दिया है. We will talk about the eyeshadow palette in a bit. Let's first move on to the lipsticks. So there are these 4 lipsticks that come in this set. It's Bombshell, Sweet Talker, Rebel and Maverick. This is how Bombshell looks like. This is Maverick. It is more on the browny tone. Rebel is beige on the orangey tone. This one is Rebel, the bottom one. This is Sweet Talker. This is a mix of pink and brown. So I think for my look today, I think I'm going to go with Sweet Talker. Well, this is the look complete with all the Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge range, everything that I had. So let's start with the blush gloss. I feel it has taken a pink shade, but I just feel it's still too tacky. So you will have to set it with a powder shade. Otherwise, I think it's just too tacky and your face shouldn't feel tacky once you've set it. If you're using it on bare skin, I think then it would be a good product just on its own for that gloss, because it is a blush gloss ultimately, so it gives that shine to your face. So I think on its own it's a good product, but with makeup, I'm not too sure. And obviously this is that gimmicky pH thing. I don't know why, but I just feel it's just a new cool thing in, and eventually nobody is going to use these pH blushes and people will go back to the blushes that they like. So yeah, I don't think this is something you really need unless you just want to use it on the bare skin. Now for the palette, now first of all the packaging, it looks really sick. It is really cool, the packaging. Like how this is reflective. In all honesty, I think I just love how the packaging looks like. Now this is a very wearable palette. It is very versatile. I thought you wouldn't be able to create a lot of looks because first glance you think you won't, but it has got a few warm shades but a lot of cool shades over in this area. The only thing is it has a lot of fallout on the pan, which I am not a really big fan of, so you will have to clean the palette after using. Shades are really pigmented. There are a few glitter shades, as I said in the beginning. There's just 5 glitter shades and most of the palette is just matte shades. For matte shades, I feel they're very powdery and chalky. They blend amazing, no questions about that, but I still feel it's a bit chalky, not to a point that it will bother you, but could have been slightly better for the price. Though the shimmer shades have very different textures, and I think that's what Huda Beauty is very famous about. For every shimmer shade there is a different texture in her palette. Some would have very glossy texture and some would have very pressed pigment texture, some are very creamy buttery glitter, so all of them have quite, some are a little bit powdery as well in terms of glitter, but I think all in all they're very nice glitter formulas. They're very nice to use, and in the beginning when you're starting to use them, just take a little because you don't know how pigmented it could be. The only thing is I feel all the glitter shades are only one shade range. They could have been a bit more different, and she could have included a bit more colors to give a wider shade range for people to use the palette. I think that's the only thing with the shimmer shades that I see as a shortcoming. Now for lipsticks, these are the classic liquid matte lipsticks. I think two of the lipsticks, Bombshell and Rebel, I think are old ones, and the other two are exclusive for this collection, and I think this collection is also a limited time collection. Good thing is क्योंकि अब Christmas आ रहा है and there's NYKAA sale and there's sales in Sephora, you can get it for a very cheap price. I think Huda Beauty की website पे currently they're running a 80% or 70% discount. So if you want this palette for like festivities or for like Christmas, because this can absolutely create your Christmas New Year look, so you can get it if you want to get a Huda Beauty palette. But other than that, I think this look, yes, you can create using a different palette. It's not that you need this to do this. Although the shades are very blendable, but I'm a tad bit disappointed by the palette. I don't know why. Not sure if I've made a mistake, not sure what it is, but I just feel there's a lot of fallout on the pan, not on my face, which is weird. On the face there's no fallout, but in the palette there's a lot of fallout, or I'm just not happy. Matlab, I don't get that feeling that yeah, this is what I wanted to achieve. I think I just had high hopes for this. So this is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want me to create any more looks using this palette, comment down below. If you'd like to stick around, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching.